welcome back to another manga chapter review. I'm the Rat, and this is the Rat's Nest. I never forget my intros. I'm joined as always by Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Hi, everyone.
I totally did not forget what I was trying to say in the middle of saying it there. Totally did not. Chainsaw Man. We're back with it. After chapter 130, which was certainly one of the chapters of all time. 131, Taste of Crap. Certainly delivered, I would say. What say you?
I think, given last chapter, this was like a much-needed reprieve. Because it's weird. Looking back on part one, there are most likely that, just not remembering, like chapters where there are probably chapters very similar to 130 where it's just non-stop action. Weird enough to say, I'm not huge on that type stuff because, again, I think the character, drama and character interactions are one of the strengths of Chainsaw Man. So this chapter was a lot more enjoyable compared to the last one.
Yeah, the last one was just a bunch of art, and this one was a lot better than that.
This one was also really funny too. That also helps.
Yeah. So would you like to just go on and get straight into it, Kyle?
Get straight into it with where we left off of them riding into the giant mouth on the belly of the beast.
Yep, they're on the chainsaw motorcycle, flying in. And we get to see the Falling Devil says, I did say diners who don't finish their food must die, but the food isn't supposed to be able to run. And she kind of pushes them in. The guy eats them, big caterpillar guy. Falling goes up to him, is like, how's the taste of humans steeped in fear? And he throws it up.
He just barsts it up. Goes, I made that meal with love.
I'm not stupid, I'm not.
I'm not a corn dog.
Falling says, how dare you throw it up? Now you die. She's crying.
EBDB in the guts
of the EBDB, that's so true.
That's a blanket term now.
And then good to see Ashley and Dennis sitting there. There's Falling. Uh-oh, who's this? Falling was talking to someone. She says, I sincerely apologize. I failed to feed Asumi talk to the diner. And we see Fammy. And
yeah.
Like, okay, return. So Falling Devil was working for Fammy. We get to see Falling Devil's body kind of, go up in flames and all that. There's Fammy. Oh, it shrinks.
Yeah, it becomes
yeah. It shrinks and then Fammy picks it up, except for the head. So no head. Be interesting if we ever see the Falling Devil again, because she will have a different head.
Yeah, or different body parts too that comprise her, perhaps.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But here we have Fammy asks, how'd you make the devil barf them up? And then no freaking way, it's none other than Natalie. And Fammy's like, control. Natalie says, I controlled that devil's brain a teensy bit to make humans taste like literal crap. We'll talk about that in a second.
We'll talk about it to the end. So then after that, Natalie asks, what would be a good name for Fammy here?
I don't know.
What's
a good female F name?
Could just call her Female.
Patricia.
We'll go with Patricia, sure.
No, it has to be normal. It has, because it's overly normal.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just call her Fammy, I guess. We can think about it after episode.
We'll find something more interesting. Natalie asks, why are you after Denji and the girls, sis? And she says, Nostradamus' prophecy is coming true. The ultimate terror will soon descend on this world. If that happens, the age of humans will end, ushering in the age of devils. And Natalie says, I like the sound of that. Sounds fun. I don't want it. She's like, well, why not? She says, if an age of devils comes, things like pizza and Chinese food will cease to be. She's like, what? No more pizza? No way.
Freaking way.
And she goes, I know, it's the worst scenario imaginable. Oh my god, just pause for a second. The two of some of the strongest beings in Chainsaw Man, motivated by no more food, no more pizza and Chinese pizza. Fujimoto is really great at having big existential crises or terrors or apocalypses with characters just being motivated by the dumbest shit imaginable, and it's really funny.
A bro always cooks.
He cooks pizza and Chinese food. He always cooks. Yeah. So then, after that, she says, at this rate, neither I, nor you, nor Chainsaw Man will be able to stop the prophecy. But War Devil could, be made to win, possibly, methinks, perchance.
No freaking way. She does say methinks, doesn't she?
They are related. It's by
blood.
Yeah.
We get Natalie saying, "What gives? You just tried to kill her." Family goes, My intention was only to starve war in that devil's belly. I can turn the starved into my pawns. Work with me, Control. With our strength combined, the age of devils may not arrive. Natalie looks up and says, "No way." It's like, why not? She goes, "Because I have school." She just looks at her. That panel is really good.
And then the
next one, we got the teacher being like, "Raise your hand if you know the answer," and then everyone competing. You got Natalie being like, me, I know. Just competing with everyone. Oh, it's great. It's really good.
Now draw her getting an education.
No, that's so true. And then that's the chapter. So that is chapter 131.
Yeah, let's go back a little bit. Let's go to after she starts apologizing. I sincerely apologize. I failed to feed Asa to the diner. So, having Falling Devil be like a servant of Fami, like I think when it's put in a perspective like that. So that is that. No, that wasn't Fake Saw Man. Sorry, I was thinking. I had a thought of like, oh, maybe she was the one that freed him, but like, no, that was Fake Saw Man. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it fits with like, she's like the hunger, like she controls like hunger and starvation, and this is like a chef kind of inspired devil. I think that's a not a little detail. That's just a neat thing to have, like kind of thematic. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
It's cool, and then her retreating's cool, and then this pretty much confirms that Natalie knew whenever Asa showed up that like she was one of those devils.
The war devil.
Yeah, the war devil.
Yeah. So we know this. We also we got the confirmation on Fami's power, where I can make those who are starved, become. I guess it's a little bit later.
Yeah, and so that makes sense as to the whole aquarium date where. Wait, wasn't it because she started, or was that just like where they worked together on that one? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know, because it was Fami who was kind of over it, but like I'm pretty sure that Ashley was starved by the end of it.
No, I meant Trinity Devil itself to like do.
I don't know if we ever got confirmation that Fami directly caused it, but I know that Fami was at the scene. Mm-hmm. So we had Josh checking her out,
Yeah. Well, not checking her out because she's gay.
Yeah. That's so true. But it's good. It's good to see Natalie in the position of like quote unquote the control devil.
She's also like being more active too.
It also shows she cares about her education, and she is different from Makima. Well, she's come kind of quote unquote into her own as the control devil. We see that she values stuff like pizza and other things, and especially school. So she values her education, and I think by virtue as well. She also values that Dennis, like what Dennis is doing for her.
Yeah. Here's another thing that's interesting. The two things that you showed me that like I want to bring up. One was like when they were watching a movie and Makima was crying. Like it shows, even these devils, like they can become attached to humanity through the creations that humanity makes, and I just think that's a very cool idea.
Yeah.
Even with something, because with Makima it's a bit more like it's a bit more like high tiered and like explanation of like her crying at movies versus something so simple as her being like, no pizza, no Chinese food, like something kind of like more simplistic like that. It just, it still shows that like they care about things in their own way. I like that. And the other thing I want to bring up was what you sent me on the Reddit of making humans taste like literal crap.
Yeah. You bringing that one up?
I mean, you could talk about it. I'm
there's someone put some stuff together. So you remember back in part 1, right? The funny Himeno barf kiss, right? Mm-hmm. Beforehand, Makima kind of gives a look, and now we have confirmation that it is part of the Control Devil's repertoire, right? Mm-hmm. She can, control those that she views as beneath them. Makima 100% viewed Himeno as beneath her.
Yeah.
She can do that, and she can make them throw up. Basically.
Yeah.
The theory is that Makima made Himeno throw up somehow just so she could manipulate Dennis more. And I think that's pretty based.
That is an interesting theory that I explained wrong to my friend, so I have to correct that later. Anyway.
How do you explain it?
We'll talk about it off recording.
Yeah.
I can't show my stupidity here.
That's so true.
Yeah, so we get that confirmation, and it was also an interesting way to have the situation get resolved, where Natalie showed up, and like that's what concluded the fight, essentially, where it's like that devil threw up, and she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't get to do it. She's like, okay, just go back. So why'd you make him why'd you make the devil throw up, Natalie? And Natalie's like, I did it because, and she explained why.
I'd say something here that I just thought about is that neither Fami nor Natalie mention fake Sawman.
Do not.
So that either means they don't know about him, or that he is a non-factor.
Yeah, at least.
I'm pretty sure he's going to be a factor.
I would say here's my prediction. I think Fami knows about it. I don't think Natalie does. Right?
Well, they're kind of working together almost. Well, no, I don't think they were working together.
No, they weren't. This is like the first time that they were talking about it. If they were working, wait, you mean fake Sawman and her?
No, Natalie and Fami.
Yeah, no, that's because she's
just
like
Natalie showed up after she, after she was like, oh, Dennis is in trouble, gotta save him.
Yeah, you know what the best part about this is?
What?
This is sort of like a tangent, but this makes that one video of the voiceover of Makima serving them at Burger King even more true.
It does.
Yeah. Get to see how they interact with each other, and I 100% believe Fami would threaten to kill an employee for not giving Natalie what she wants.
Oh, absolutely.
So anyway, then we get to the next part where it's like, why'd you do it? And then they talk about the Nostradamus prophecy and how they got to stop it because the Age of Devils will come in, and then it'll start getting rid of things that they enjoy. Yeah.
So it's pretty. So we kind of get to see their motivation here. So ultimately, Fami, we now know, as far as we can tell, is on our side.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Like she's. It's one of those where it's like, okay, our interests align.
Yeah. And so it's interesting to see how this is all going to develop. I think with them speaking vaguely about this, and especially Fami talking to Natalie like this, I'm pretty sure it's the Death Devil.
Yeah, and we talked about this a bit yesterday. I think it would be actually, no, we'll save that for after we talk about all this. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I think it's Death Devil too. It's death will descend upon the world through this Nostradamus prophecy. I think that's a simple enough plot line of we need to stop the Death Devil from showing up. The Death Devil's somewhere that's
control those who are dead. Lol.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
But yeah, is there anything else you want to say about the?
1 second.
Is there anything else you need to say about the chapter, Kyle?
Yeah. So in regards to what else there is to say about it, I like her kind of concept. Sorry, by her I mean Fami's. I like Fami's idea of trying to make the War Devil stronger by controlling her. I think that's, given what we know about Fami so far and little of what we've seen. I mean, I think that fits into her character. And then Natalie going to school is funny. And then the Death Devil. I think we talked about this yesterday. I think it would be really, really cool if toward the end of part 2, let's say the Death Devil descends and it brings back everyone who's died from part 1, even before that, just an army of the dead descends upon the world, and you have Makima. Imagine if Makima came back.
That would be something. I don't know if that's possible, but it could
somehow
happen.
Through the Death Devil, where it's oh well, because Chainsaw Man technically didn't write her out of the world line, essentially, by eating her as Chainsaw Man, Makima just died. Could come back, or hey, Gunfiend is back, or Power is back. I think of it because here's why I think that. There's a lot of parallels between part 1 and part 2 and how they start, how it went Bat, Devil, then Eternity Devil. And then this could essentially be kind of like the equivalent of Katana Man for part 2. Remember how, like, toward the end of it, how it was just Makima controlling all of those people in that last fight? I think that on a grander scale would be really awesome. If it was Death Devil, like, Makima was the puppeteer in part 1, Death Devil puppeteering Makima and others, that would be awesome.
It'd be very interesting. I don't know. I don't know exactly how the Death Devil would play out. Because Fujimoto, he could write it basically anyways.
Do anything he wants. Like, anyone who's near it, dead. Unless they're devil, dead. Like, I trust Fujimoto. Like, of all the authors I say I would trust with manga, Fujimoto's up there with people I trust.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't trust him 100% because I can't trust any mangaka 100%. But I trust Funny Water more than I trust anyone else by a decent bit.
You've been burned.
I have been burned.
Been burned in the past. I understand, not to the fullest extent that you have, but I get it. So yeah, that's kind of just, I mean, that's all I really have to say about it. The really good chapter here. Definitely a nice return to form after the last action chapter. But yeah, that's, I mean, anything else that you have to say on it too?
Yeah, no, I mean, I liked it. It was a good chapter, and if you're this far in the video, obviously there's something you like, so make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us what you think the big Nostradamus prophecy is going to be. We will see you in the next video, which will come out at some point. Hope you all enjoyed. Bye-bye.
Bye.